Discussing the problems on the proof of the logical equivalence without the constructing the tables. So consider example first one. Prove the following logical equivalence. In that the first one is P or Q and P or negation of Q or Q is equivalent to P or Q. So second one is P implies Q and negation of Q and R or negation of Q is equivalent to negation of Q or P. So start the first solution. P or Q and P or negation of Q or Q is equivalent to, see here, P or Q and P or negation of Q, that is P or Q and P or R is equivalent to P or Q and R. That is the distributive law. That is, a distributive law states that P or Q and R is equivalent to P or Q and P or R. The same law is applied here. So next, Q and the negation of Q is equivalent to, Q and the negation of Q is equivalent to F naught. P or F naught is equivalent to P or, that is the required proof. Second one, P implies Q and negation of Q and R or negation of Q. First here I am going to take P implies Q and negation of P and R or negation of Q here. So first keep the P implies Q as it is and keep the negation of Q also as it is. R or negation of Q can be written as negation of Q or R using the commutative law. Now see here, negation of Q and negation of Q or R, that is P and P or Q, using the absorption law. P and P or Q is equivalent to P. Instead of P, negation of Q. Instead of Q, there is a R. So P implies Q and negation of Q and negation of Q or R can be written as negation of Q. Now see here, P and negation of Q is equivalent to, P and negation of Q is equivalent to negation of P implies Q. So instead of P, here it is P implies Q. Instead of negation of Q, here it is a Q. So negation of P implies Q. Negation of P implies Q implies Q. Keep the negation as it is. P implies Q implies Q. So consider this one as entirely P implies Q. P implies Q is negation of P or Q. So negation of P implies Q is again negation of P, negation of P implies Q is P and negation of Q or Q. This can also be written as with the commutative law, Q or P and negation of Q can also be written with the commutative law, negation of Q and P. First this will be used as a commutative and now this one will be used as a commutative. First, these two will be come under the commutative Q or P. Next, P and Q will be written as Q and P with the commutative law. Now, Q, I am going to apply P, R, Q and R. That is, the distributive law will be used here. Q or P and negation of Q. I am just rewrite it as only P and negation of Q. Keep it as it is only, don't change here. Q or P and negation of Q. Q or P and negation of Q. Use the distributive law here. Q or P and Q or negation of Q. Using the distributive law here, Q or negation of Q, Q or P. Use the distributive law here. Q or P and Q or negation of Q. Q or negation of Q is equivalent to T naught. Q or P and the T naught is equivalent to Q or P. Q or P and T naught is equivalent to Q or P. So, negation of Q or P. I am just repeating it once again here. Negation of P and R or negation of Q here. So, here I am just going to commutative law will be applied for R or negation of Q. That can be written as negation of Q or R. Now, for this term we are going to apply the absorption law. That using the absorption law, this term becomes negation of Q. And next one, for the P and negation of Q, we are using the law P and negation of Q is equivalent to negation of P implies Q. Apply this law for this terms here. That becomes P implies Q. P implies Q negation. Now, P negation of P implies Q is negation of P or Q. Now, using the law of P, negation of P implies Q is P and negation of Q and or Q as it is. I am just applying the commutative here, Q or P and negation of Q. Now, apply the distributive law here, Q or P and Q or negation of Q. Q or negation of Q is T naught. Q or P and T naught is equal to Q or P. So, that is the required proof. Consider the next one. Prove the following proposition, that is negation of P or Q and R implies negation of Q is equivalent to double negation of P or Q and R or negation of Q and also equivalent to Q and R. Using the proposition, so using the laws of logic, prove the following logical equivalence. Negation of P or Q and R implies negation of Q is equivalent to negation of P or Q and R or negation of Q or equivalent to Q and R. Either prove this one or prove this one, whatever. So, come to the solution here. So, negation of P or Q and R implies negation of Q. See here, U implies V is equivalent to negation of U or V. U implies V. U implies V is equivalent to negation of U or V. U is this one, V is this one. So, that can be written as negation of P or Q and R negation of, already outside there is a negation, that is also keeping as it is. Negation of u or v. Now negation of p or negation of q is equal to, already one negation is outside, negation of p or negation of q is equal to negation of p and q and q. First here p implies q, means u implies v is applied. U is this one. U implies v equal to negation of u or v. V is negation of q. U is p or q and r. So already this negation is already outside, keep it as it is. U implies v is negation of u, negation of p r q and r, or v. V is negation of q, negation of q. So negation of u or negation of v is equal to negation of u and v. So negation of p r q and r and q. Now double negation will be cancelled. So remaining term is p or q and r and q. Now using the associative law, this can also be written as p or q and r and q. Again using the law of q and r, again using the associative p or q and q and r, again using the commutative p, q and p or q, and p or q can be written as q or p and r. Now see here q and q or p is equivalent to q using the law of absorption, q and r. That is the required proof. I am just repeating here once again. P implies, means u implies v is negation of u or v. Apply that property here and keep your negation as it is outside. Negation of u means negation of p r q and r, or v is negation of q. So negation of p or negation of u or negation of v is equivalent to negation of u and v. That is negation of p r q and r and q. So double negation is cancelled here. Now p or q and r and q. I am just applying the associative here. And next I am going to take here it is a commutative. R and q can be written as a q and r. Now again using the associative, q will be joined here. P r q and r. Now using again the commutative q and again here for the p and q, again I am using the commutative q or p. So q and q or p, using the law of absorption, q and q or p can be written as q and r will be as it is. That is our required proof. So next one is, there is some important laws again. Converse. So the next one is converse, inverse and contrapositive of the statement of the conditional. Suppose your conditional is p implies q. Then converse of the p implies q is q implies p is called converse of p implies q. Same as it is, negation of p implies negation of q is called inverse of the conditional p implies q. And next one, negation of q implies negation of p is called contrapositive of p implies q. So inverse of p implies q is q implies p. Sorry, converse of p implies q is q implies p. Inverse of p implies q is negation of p implies negation of q. Contrapositive of p implies q is negation of Q implies negation of P. So there is some statements. For example, consider proposition P. 2 is an integer. 2 is an integer. Q is 15 is a multiple of 5. Suppose P and Q are the proposition. Write down the first conditional, that is, if 2 is an integer, then 15 is a multiple of 5. That is your given condition. Now converse of this statement is, means Q implies P is, means if 15 is a multiple of 5, then 2 is an integer. That is your converse of the given statement. On the same, inverse of the statement is negation of P implies negation of Q. That is, if 2 is not an integer, then 15 is not a multiple of 5. Third one, contrapositive of the given statement is negation of Q implies negation of P. That is, if 15 is not a multiple of 5, then 2 is not an integer. That is how to write down the converse, inverse and contrapositive of the given conditional. Now we are constructing the truth table for the converse, inverse and contrapositive. P, Q, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Negation of P, 1, 1, 0, 0. Negation of Q, 1, 0, 1, 0. So conditional is P implies Q, 1, 1, 0, 1. Q implies P, 1, 0, 1, 1. Now negation of P implies negation of Q. 1 implies 1, 1 implies 0, 0 implies 1, 0 implies 0. Now negation of Q implies negation of P. 1 implies 1, 0 implies 1, 1 implies 0, 0 implies 0. Now see the truth table of P implies Q. Negation of P implies negation of Q implies negation of P, means conditional is equivalent to contrapositive. Now see the table, these two. Inverse is equivalent to, converse is equivalent to inverse. That is the rule states that a conditional and the contrapositive of the conditionals are equivalent, and similarly converse and inverse are equivalent. So those can be written as P implies Q is equivalent to contrapositive. Negation of Q implies negation of P, and also Q implies P is equivalent to negation of P implies negation of Q. Those two laws will be stated based on the truth table of the converse, inverse and contrapositive.